So hello guys, welcome to my channel AdeayoBetPredict. In today's video content, I'm going to show you guys how to make prediction of just simple corner over 7.5. So it is a very simple strategy, though it takes some time, but at least by following the steps of this process of predicting corner over 7.5, surely you are going to be making something good out of corner prediction. Actually, in today's video content, I'm going to make use of a particular match under the England Premier League as an example, and that is the match between Newcastle and Arsenal. Because sometimes if you see two teams that make use of the side of the box before they can penetrate their opponent, most times Arsenal always do that through their wingers, and sometimes Newcastle too always do that. So teams that always penetrate their opponent's box from the side always plays over 7.5 corner. So I don't want to just be testing each of this particular match before I can get my prediction. So you can first give your assumption of this before going to the step-to-step guide. So now the next thing you need to do is to click on the match you want to predict the over 7.5 corner. Actually, I'm using a particular live score app, just a flash. It is called flash score. Actually, I've made videos like this a very long time ago, but some of my audience are still requesting for more and updated one of this particular strategy. So I'm going to give you guys things that you need to always avoid when predicting corner over 7.5 goals, and matches that you can go for if you want to predict your corner over 7.5 goals. So I already told you guys that most teams that always penetrate their opponent box from the side of the box always happens to play corners very well compared to those that always penetrate. If you check most of the Brighton's previous games, you will realize that they don't usually have play corner. They don't usually play corners because their style of playing is always on target. They always hit their opponents because almost all their players always come out when they are attacking, and they always hit their players like their opponents like that. So for Newcastle and Arsenal, if you want to predict your over 7.5 corner, you have to go to their head-to-head statistics. Actually, this particular strategy can take your time in predicting, but if you are watching this video, please don't be annoyed that the video is going to take some of your time, because the process can be long but effective. So what you need to do is, by checking the last games of the home team and the last games of the away team, then before moving on to the head-to-head. So what you just need to always also observe is that check the last time they meet. Make sure that it is not that very long that they've been playing together, because if you check this particular date of their match, I think this is 2023. This also is a 2023 game, the match they played here, which ended up in 0-0. And that one they played in 2022, which shows that is last year. It is recent, 2021 and 2021. So they've been playing often right from 3 years ago. That is the occurrence of their last 5 matches. They've played their last 5 matches as very recent. You know, there are some games that the last time they would meet would be around maybe 2011, 2012, and then they are meeting again after 7 years. So to games like that, always make sure that you avoid them and you are careful when you are predicting your game. So the first thing you need to do when you want to predict your corner strategy, because this thing requires calmness, and at least if you happen to be someone that is not that very greedy, you can just go for little odds and then you are okay, because this thing is going to take your time. So now let us move on. The last game that Newcastle played, they played this with Manchester United, and if you check their statistics, you have to look into their corner, the total corner they had. If you check it here, you are going to see that it seems like Manchester United didn't really give them too much problem, because when you are playing and your opponent is giving you too much problem, there's high probability of you playing more corner. So Newcastle, they were probably giving Manchester United problem, but it was still a failure for them. So Manchester United are not giving Newcastle problem at all, and that is the reason why they were able to win the match by 3-0, and they had just 2 corners in this particular match. So you have to document it. We are going to be using a method called the median method. So we have to document the last 5 corner that Newcastle had in their last 5 games, and we have to pick the one that falls in the middle. So we have they played 2 corners in this match, particularly with Manchester United, and we are going to check on the match played with Wolves. this game seems to be tough. It ended up in 2-2. So let us check the statistics. Now you see what I'm saying. Check this particular corner of Wolves. They played 8 corner, and check the Newcastle. They played 7. It shows that this particular match seems to be very tough. It was a tough match, and that is the reason why corner occurred so very well. So another one we are seeing now is 7. Don't forget, in the match with Manchester United, the game seems to be very easy for them. That's the reason why they were unable to have too much of corner. So sometimes if a particular match seems to be easy for a particular team, there's probability of not playing much corner in it. So you have 7, and that is the purpose of using this particular statistic analysis to predict your corner, because there are some games that you are going to be hoping that okay, probably the game might be tough, but ended up being easy for both teams. So now let us check the next one. Don't forget, we have 2 and we have 7. So the match they play with Dortmund, that should be in the under the Premier League. So the corner they had is 11. This game particularly seems to be extremely tough for them. I think so. It seems to be tough. You see, it is a tough game for both sides, because what I'm seeing here is 11, and for Dortmund they played 9 corner. If you see very well, so this 11 corner, you have to document it. I hope you guys are getting the point I'm trying to make. That it depends on how the situation of the match is, and that can result in the outcome of the corner. So now this 11 corner, and let us check the last. Okay, the second to the last, that is with Crystal Palace. This particular game ended up in 4-0. See, actually Crystal Palace happens to be teams that always play a defensive style, but unfortunately for them in this particular match, they lost by 4-0. But the corner they played in this particular game is 6 corner. 6 corner. So we have 2 corner, 7 corner, 11 corner, and 6 corner. So we have to check the last game played, because I'm going to make use of only this particular statistics as our prediction for our corner. So you check the West Ham, the match they play with West Ham. The match ended up in 2-2. So the corner they played here is 2 corner. They played 2 corner. So don't forget, we had a particular match they played 2. They had 2 corner with Manchester United, and they had another 2 corner with West Ham. In this particular match, they seems to be hitting their targets more often compared to their it was just unfortunate that they were unable to win this particular match, because they really played West Ham. So now we are done with checking the last 5 corners that Newcastle had with other teams. And if you remember very well, they had 2 corner with Manchester United, and they had 2 corner with West Ham. These are the 2 smallest corner they've had, so we have to remove the 2 smallest. And we have 7 corner with Wolves, and they played 11 corner with Dortmund, and they played 6 corner with Crystal Palace. So you have to remove the 2 biggest also, which is 11 and 7. So their median corner for this particular statistics of Newcastle is 6 corner for now. So now let us move on to the West Ham, Arsenal, the away team, which is Arsenal. We have to apply the same method, so I'm going to do this quickly so that we won't waste much of our time. So now this is another corner starts for West Ham and Arsenal, and this is 6 corner for Arsenal, as you can see on the screen. So let us document it out. 6 corner. We go for the next game, that is Arsenal versus Sheffield. This is another 6 corner for Arsenal. So this is 6 corner for Arsenal. We have 2 6 corner played by this particular team. So we have to check this match. I'm going to make this quick. So the match between Sevilla and Arsenal again. Let us check the statistics. Okay, if you check the statistics, Arsenal played another 5 corner. So they played another 5 corner. So So we have 2-6 corner and just 1-5 corner, and so we are going to check the next match, and that is the match between Chelsea versus Arsenal, which ended up in 2-2. So let us check the stats. So this is another match which ended up in Arsenal having just, sorry for the digression. So Arsenal, if you check this particular stat also, Arsenal had 7 corner. Okay, so I'm going to check the last match they played with other teams, and that is the match with Manchester City. So we check the statistics to see what we've had. Okay, in the last match they had with Manchester City, it is also 5 corner. It's 5 corner. So we are going to apply the same method, which is called the median method, which we applied to the statistics of the Newcastle game, which we were able to get 6 as a median total corner. So in the last 5 games of Arsenal, we had 2-6 corner. They played 6 corner in 2 games. They played 5 corners in another 2 games, and they played 7 corner in just 1 game. So don't forget, you have to delete the 2 smallest points they had and the 2 highest points they had. So the 2 smallest points of corner they had is 5. So don't forget, we have 2 match which ended up in Arsenal having 5 corners. So we have to delete the 2 5s. So we have 2 6 and 7. So you have to delete the 2 biggest number in order to get your median method. So the first 2 biggest number, the first big number that big total point of corner that we had is 7. So we have 2 6 left. So you have to remove one of these 2. So we have the median corner points that we have now is 6. So for both Newcastle and Arsenal, we are having 6 corner as their median. So this doesn't mean that they are going to play exactly as 12 corner, because if you add these 2 figures together, you are going to get 12 corners. But that doesn't mean that this particular match will end up in over 12 corner or over 11 corner. But you have to confirm that if what you are going to predict or has over 7.5 will occur. So in their last head-to-head game, last previous meeting they had together, this is it, and it shows that they played it recently. It's not like maybe after 5 years ago, after 7 years ago. There are some matches like that they would have played together for a very long time ago, and they are going to be they will be coming back again to play one more time. So those kind of match are not always easy to predict. So now this is their head-to-head, and this is where you are going to do the final analysis of your prediction. So don't forget, the median points of corner that we had for Newcastle is 6, and the median point of corner that we had for Arsenal is also 6. Now what you just need to make sure is that, okay, what you want to predict as your over point must occur at least in 80% of their last 5 meeting. So let us assume that, okay, what you are looking for occurred in this particular match. This will represent 20. So let's assume that what we are looking for occurred in this particular match. This will represent 20%. This will surely represent 20%. So if it occurs in each of these last 5 games, it represents 20%. So just imagine you have 20 in 5 places. That is 100. So that's 100%. So if what you are looking for occurred in all these last 5 head-to-head meeting, it shows that what you are looking for occurred in 100% of your stats, and you can go for it. But if it occurs in just 4, it shows that is 80%. But if it occurs in only 3, that is 60%. So I always recommend for my audience to always go for a start that has at least 80%. So now let us check one by one. So the match that Arsenal won by 2 goals to 0, which ended up in 0-2. Let us check the statistics, and let us check the total corner that had. If at least this particular game for me is good to go as prediction of over 7.5 corner, because of their stats of their average corner ad with other teams. So If you check this particular last match, which ended up in 0-2, Newcastle had I think 9 corners. Newcastle had 9 corners and Arsenal had 4 corners. So that is 13 corner. Okay, this particular match meets the requirement for predicting over 7.5 or over 8.5 of corner. So we have our 20% already. Now let's just check the next match. So if you check the next match, which ended up in Arsenal and Newcastle playing 0-0, so we have to check the total corner they had in that particular match also. So also I would like to apologize if this video is taking too long, but we have no choice but to give you the detailed process of how to make effective prediction of the corner. Sorry for the bad network, currently having a technical issue here. So in this particular match, which ended up in 0-0, you can see the corner they played in this particular game is 5-5 on both sides. So Arsenal had 5 corner in this particular match, and Newcastle also had 5 corner also. This is it. So this is under 20% of this their head-to-head meeting the requirement statistics. So don't forget the first one ended up in 9 and 4 corner, and this one also ended up in 5-5 corner, which is 10 corner. So it meets our requirement for predicting over 7 and over 8. Now let's just check the one they played in 2022, which ended up in Newcastle winning by 2-0. Now let's just check the statistics. So in these statistics also, as you can see, Newcastle played 12 corner and Arsenal played 8 corner. These are under perfect stats. These has also meet the requirement of our, so we already have 60% of their statistics meeting the requirement of predicting over 7 and over 8.5 corner. Now let's just check another one. So we have another one here whereby Arsenal won. They played it in 2021. Arsenal won by 2-0. Let's just check. Checking the statistics, this particular match ended up in 4 corners on both sides. 4 corners on, that is over 7.5. So it meets the requirement of only over 7.5. So we already have 80% of their game ending up in over 7.5 as 80%, but for over 8.5 we only have it as 60%. Now let us take the last game. If at all that one will end up in over 8.5, and that can give us an probability of predicting it as over 8.5. So now I'm going to show you how you can calculate the probability of match ending up in the desired prediction. So the last game whereby Arsenal also won again by 2-0. If you check the corner very well, the corner ended up in 7-3. So Newcastle had 3 corner here and Arsenal had 7 corner here. So as you can see in this head-to-head start, 80% of their game ended up in over 7.5 corner, and 100% of their last previous meeting with each other ended up in over 7.5 corner. That is 100% perfect. That means this particular game you can go for it as over 7.5 corner because of their statistics analysis. And for if you want to predict it as over 8.5 corner, so the probability of it coming out so well is 80%. That is the 80%, and that is the minimum requirement I always use for predicting my corner over But if you want to predict it at over 7, you are perfectly free to go on to predict it at over 7. But if you want to predict it at over 8, you can also go on. But over 9, I'm not really supporting that. That's actually, it can come out so well like that, but I'm not really supporting over 9.5 corner. But if you want to predict it over 7 and over 8, you are good to go. So this is a simple method of predicting over 7.5 and over 8.5 corner. Imagine you've already know how these particular two teams played, so it will be very easy for you to go for them and check their statistics before you predict them. But if you don't really know their playing style, you can just go straight to their statistics and check their head-to-head. Use these steps one by one. Make sure you watch. If you have been skipping some part of this video, please kindly make sure that you understand this particular step very well. Watch each step very well. Make sure you pay attention to this step. It is a very simple strategy and a very simple steps. It's not a technical. It's not something that is too technical that you won't really get these steps. It's very easy. By using this strategy and steps, I hope you are going to edge and improve your winning in betting, in sports betting, most especially soccer. So thanks for watching. If you really find this content very interesting and you at least gain something, at least you are able to acquire knowledge from it, so make sure you like our video, and you find it very interesting for others that you would like to share them to, kindly share our videos to them. And don't forget to subscribe if you are just joining us. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video content. Bye.